The City of Lloydminster is asking residents that suffered uninsurable damage from the flooding on June 9th to submit a detailed report of those losses. This includes cleanup, repair, and replacement. Now, simply go to the disaster tracking report link at lloydminster.ca/disaster tracking. You can then submit the report electronically or print and deliver it to City Hall by Friday, July 7th at 5 p.m. The city is reminding residents, though, that the reports are for tracking purposes only and do not constitute a claim, and that there's no guarantee of assurance or funding. You should also not delay your own cleanup and repair, and keep record of all damages and repairs with photos and receipts. Well, a different kind of rodeo came through St. Joseph's Elementary School today, one filled with tires, brakes, and helmets. As Brittany Matika explains, safety was the main focus for these young contestants.
Kindergarten to grade 4 students at St. Joseph Elementary School took part in the 3rd annual bike rodeo. As RCMP and volunteers helped lead our biking cowboys and cowgirls through safety demonstrations on how to properly make turning and stopping hand signals, understanding how to cross a railway crossing, and completing a bike inspection while receiving some hands-on biking instruction.
When you come to a crosswalk, you should stop and you should look both ways to make sure that there's no traffic coming. You need to get off your bicycle and walk your bike across the crosswalk, and then you can get back on your bike after that.
Wearing a proper helmet while riding is very important, and to make sure that you're protected in case you do fall off your bike.
When you're looking to select a helmet, the biggest thing that you should find is one that fits well. There's lots of helmets now that are adjustable, that have snaps at the back that you can tighten up.
EMS provided ambulance tours and information as to what could happen to riders if they don't wear a helmet. Students spent the morning rotating stations and were eager to share some of their new bike safety knowledge.
The hand signals and how to stop and crosswalk.
They're so hard, and then see this, if there's a car, I stop like that, and it stops.
With the warmer weather, more kids will be out on their bikes, and drivers are encouraged to be aware of them on the road.
We have about a third of our students that ride. I find after bike rodeo, we have about half of them that start riding their bikes to school again.
Unfortunately, each year we do see kids involved in collisions and injuries when they're on a bike. It's something that we don't have a lot of inside of the border city, but it is something that unfortunately we do see, and that's why we do these types of bike rodeos, to really try and get home the idea of safety, paying attention to what's going on around you.
The grade 5 to 7 students at the school were treated to a bike ride to Bud Miller Park, led by the RCMP this afternoon. Brittany Matika, Newcap News.
Well, for all you car buffs out there, the Just Cruise and Show and Shine goes tomorrow. And you can also head to Blackfoot for Community Days. Heather Clagus with the details in this week's What's Happening.
Tomorrow is Just Cruisin's annual Show and Shine. It's going to be right here in the parking lot of the Service Sports Center, and you'll want to get here early because they could have over 200 vehicles coming to the Show and Shine this year. So you'll need the full day starting at 10 a.m. to go through all the different cars and trucks and hear some great stories about them. It's absolutely free to get in, and they've got so many different events that the whole family can take part in. Bring down the kids for the matchbox races, a chance to make their own model and then take it home with them. Plus, they're going to have the world's fastest diesel drag truck here on site. Everything is free to get in, so we hope you can make it to Just Cruisin's Show and Shine coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow in Blackfoot, it's Community Days, and they're raising funds to go to the Playground Improvement Fund. And they've got a lot of different events planned, lots of kids' activities, bouncy houses, bingo, paintball, and they wrap things up tomorrow evening with an outdoor movie. We want you to start off your weekend by winning. We've got a copy of Feist's brand new album, Pleasure. She's a Juno Award winner, and you can win a copy of this new album. All you have to do is email your name and daytime phone number to tvcontests@newcap.ca. We want to say thanks to John at Universal Music Canada for setting us up with the music. And treat your dad to breakfast on Father's Day. The Lloydminster Flying Club is hosting their annual Father's Day pancake breakfast out at the Lloydminster Airport. They'll be serving up a Sunday morning from 8 until 11. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Clagus, and that's what's happening.
Well, Lloydminster is in the midst of its wettest season of the year, making it prime territory for thunderstorms. Josh Ryan shares some timely safety reminders about how to stay safe when lightning's around.
Rain has been relentless in the border city, and with it, the threat of lightning is at its peak for the year.
Especially in our northern area of the province with lots of forest. as well as we have had in Lloydminster multiple homes struck by lightning over the years.
As we get into the start of summer here, it's typical weather that we've seen so far. June and July are typically our wettest months here in Canada.
The first step to take in the event of lightning strikes is to find shelter.
The safest place for you in a thunderstorm is obviously inside your home or inside a vehicle.
Even if the lightning seems well off in the distance, you should live by the 30-30 rule.
If you do see lightning and you hear the thunder that accompanies the lightning within 30 seconds, that means it's time to heed caution and go inside or go inside of a vehicle, as well as wait 30 minutes after you last hear thunder before you go back outside.
There are plenty of phone apps now that can help you stay up to date of storm developments, including the Canadian Lightning Danger Map.
They can tell you within a 5-mile radius or so where lightning might be taking place, and therefore you need to probably pay attention to that.
And if you do find yourself in a situation where you can't find shelter, try to take cover and stay low.
Try and get as close to the ground as you can and stay away from tall trees as well as bodies of water.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.
This is Newcap Sports.
Well, with the NHL playoffs over, many players are reflecting on the year that was. For one of those players, it was a year full of both turmoil and celebration. Clarke MacArthur missed almost the entire 2016-17 regular season with concussion symptoms and was recently on the Tuesday Night Sports Show with Greg Buchanan discussing what he dealt with away from the game.
You know, at first it was completely over, and then I got the urge to want to play again or keep trying, and you know, I had my parents and my wife help me through all that, their kids and stuff. So it was a dark time for a little bit.
The Lloydminster native made his return to the NHL April 4th and 11 days later scored his first goal in over 2 years. But his most memorable moment may have been his Game 6 overtime winner against Boston.
That was great. A lot of things happened really quickly near the end of the year where I was able to get back, and you know, to be able to get the first goal that I got in the series and then be able to finish the series off was, you know, something I won't forget.
Now, given the amount of time MacArthur missed, being back in the game has offered the 32-year-old some perspective about life within and outside of hockey.
I think the biggest thing is when you're not playing and you're not able to be out there with your buddies, how fortunate and how lucky and how many things had to go right for me to get to where I've been. You know, it's a great life, and it's a lot of fun to be able to compete for a living for your job, and that's kind of how I look at it now. I just want to enjoy the game and you know, play as hard as you can during the 60 minutes, and just enjoy being around the guys and the whole bit.